Hey y'all, Will Pfeiffer here, previewing the Chapel Hill Dirt Fondo course. Uh, Want to get y'all oriented on a couple things about the course, and then also give people who are making bike decisions a little bit to chew on. 54-mile course, 30 miles off road, about 10 or 11 of that on single track. I'll make sure I guide you through the sectors here. We will start at 9 a.m. at Sewell Elementary School. Uh, Good parking at the other schools, at the Orange County Health Department, at MLK Park to the south as well. 9 a.m. start will be neutralized to begin, so we'll all stay together. In the rules, I've got it as 1 mile neutralized on the road onto the gravel here. We'll probably stay pretty chill through the first 4.5 or 5 miles. This is a 3 mile gravel dirt road section. We hit our first single track sector here for half a mile on Wormhole, and then we hit this greenway. And the reason I'm gonna probably keep it pretty laid back for the first 4.5 or 5 miles, right here on Homestead is the only traffic light that we see on the course. So not only do I want us to be safe through that and have an easy time getting across there, but then about half a mile later off of Weaver Dairy, there's kind of a difficult to see turn right here into green track. Um, it's not too bad. It's like a little dirt path off the road, but I want to make sure everybody hits that, and then we can kind of open it up. This dumps us into a 2 mile single track sector, the second one we see on the day. You go through this little like G to H connector and then A to B up here. And then this piece of single track, you bear off to the right real hard. This piece of single track takes you over to this little field connector here. Um, and this will dump us out on Eubanks. The first time you come through this field connector, take note of where you dump out onto Eubanks because you're going to come back in here. It's easy to navigate your way out because there's only one path. On the way back in, you got to look for that turn a little bit. It's not terrible to find, but if you don't take note of it on the way in, it might be tough on the way back. Um, so 5 mile section, you take a left on Millhouse up to Mount Sinai. We cross 86 here. It's just a stop sign, but it is a busy crossing. Um, Mount Sinai, we take a right into the southern part of Duke Forest, and we're going to run clockwise here. I flipped this loop. This was counterclockwise before. I flipped it to clockwise so that we can just take a right onto Whitfield and we don't have to cross traffic. I did that on February 2nd. So if you download the course before then, go ahead and re-download it to make sure that you got this loop right. Okay. So we'll stay clockwise through here. It's a 5 mile gravel section. And then we'll turn right on Mount Sinai again. Okay. Mount Sinai to Curly. Okay. And this takes us up to the Durham part of Duke Forest. So it's all road until we turn right into Duke Forest. This is a 3 mile loop on gravel. We do hit the road here for just a second to get into the opposite part of the course. Um, this is a little cobblestone sector. It's really cool out in the middle of the woods. And then this part I want to make sure everybody gets a good look at. So this is Duke Forest. It drops you into this neighborhood right here. Uh, in that neighborhood, you basically just stay to the left in that first part. This is Constitution. It's a 35-mile-an-hour road. It's not particularly well traveled. Um, so you cross over here, and then this is the most important part. So as you come in this road, you're going to see a community center right here. As long as you either stay along here or stay in the community center parking lot and just run that community center down past this building, you go between these two, you'll see a shed on the left here. Just stay to the right of that. It's pretty, if you get to here, it's pretty easy to see Duke Forest right here. But it would be easy to get turned around up in this neighborhood. Okay, so I want everybody to see that, take note of it. And then you finish out this 3 mile gravel loop. There's a quick half mile kind of drag up about a 3% on this road. And then we've got another 3 mile gravel loop here. You do hit road just for a second to get across. If you accidentally turn too early here, it's not a big deal. You'll see a volleyball court right here. Take a left before the volleyball court onto this path and cut through. The direction should be pretty good at guiding you to right here, but if you accidentally turn early, not a big deal. Just go down to the volleyball court, take a left, little walking path for, I don't know, 50, 100 feet, and it takes you straight through, and you're good to go. So that's another 3 mile loop there. Come back out, hit the road, right on Curly, right on Cornwallis. and then you're going to take a right onto George's Road. This is a section of Duke Forest. It's marked with a normal Duke Forest gate, um, so you shouldn't have a hard time seeing it. It should be easy to hit. You'll know because you'll hit a real punchy section right here, and then it levels out to, well, not levels, but 4% ish. Um, Another section to take note of up here, you get to this kind of right bend. It's a grassy section to the right. There's like a grass double track. The section we're taking to the right is definitely more traveled, so it'll look like the way you're supposed to go. There's not a whole lot to the left, but you could make that bad turn. So stay to the right, and then just down by the road here, it hits like a little single track chute down to the road, and there's like a log you gotta hop over there. 3 mile road section. This takes us over to Brumley for our longest single track sector. You'll turn off the road onto this little gravel drive here, like gravel road, and then take a right into Brumley. Worth noting that this is one of two sections on the course that I would say is pretty difficult for drop bar bikes. Definitely not impossible at all. Lots of people ride Brumley on drop bar bikes, but this is very rocky. So if you're considering your bike selection, I would say this, and then one later one that I'll take note of, are the two sections that are probably going to test gravel bikes more than anything. Definitely really rocky through here, very chunky, pretty fast. And then 6 miles on Brumley. It'll pop us out onto University Station here at the new entrance, over there by some of those new trails. And we do about a mile on road. This is a gravel connector. This is a piece of Duke Forest, so this will connect us from Murphy School Road over to University Station again. And then once you hit University Station, it's about 4 miles, and we're backtracking on Mount Sinai and Millhouse there. We'll come back in on that section that I was saying, right next to the Animal Services and Waste Services for Orange County, and you'll hit that little path back in again. Okay, we came out on single track here. As you come in, you'll just stay straight on the dirt road. There's like a kind of tight like field path here, and it turns into like a dirt road up here. Okay, we'll take this dirt road, and then gravel fire road back through green track. Okay, this will hit a gravel road into a neighborhood, take a right on Homestead. It's 1.8 miles on Homestead, and when you take a left off of Homestead, it's a left in this neighborhood. There's a line of big like shrubs down at the road here. You'll turn onto the road, and as soon as you clear those shrubs, you'll take a left onto the greenway here. Okay, so don't stay on this neighborhood road. Take a left onto the greenway. All right, you take a right. This is like a steep little hill right here. You take a right, and then before you get to this bridge, you bear right onto a dirt path. Okay, you'll see like green line style tops, like sewage tops up here, like you see all over Chapel Hill. Follow this dirt path down, and it turns into single track down here by the creek. This is a 2 mile single track section, pretty fast and flowy. A couple little route sections, but nothing too crazy. Fast flowy single track. We cross the creek and shoot up this hill to Tripp Farm Road. A lot of y'all would probably recognize this. This is if you've ever taken like CNF to MLK Park right here. This is the dirt gravel road that takes you through the neighborhood to MLK Park. So we'll take a left on Tripp Farm, come down here to the bridge across the creek. If it's wet, this bridge is going to be really wet. Be careful on it. It gets slippery, and there's multiple turns on that bridge. Off the bridge, you take a left onto the Owasso corridor. This is not single track per se, but this 1 mile stretch through here is really, really rocky. It's probably the only non-single track section that's faster on a mountain bike. It's pretty chunky. From there, get up by the school again, shoot up a little dirt hill onto Duke Energy Corridor, and then back onto CNF Fire Road. There's a quick single track sector down here. It's called the Glade. It's a fast, flowy, slightly rooty downhill. Very, very quick. So be careful. People walk on this all the time because it's close to MLK Park. Um, so careful ripping it down through there. There could definitely be some people walking in both directions. Turn off of that onto Fire Road again. And then we're right near the end here. This is a 1 mile single track loop. This is the roughest single track on the course. Okay, so if there's a limiting factor for bike choice, this would be it. So if you were to pre-ride any single track, it's not particularly well ridden. I don't think a lot of people ride this super often, and it is very rough. So if you're trying to get your gravel bike out onto something, this might be a decent place to check out. Um, I might try and get out and mark some of this. The directions, your computer will guide you pretty well through here, but there are, as you can see, like a lot of offshoots. Um, so yeah, check that out if you do get a chance to get out on the course and see if you want to ride your gravel bike on it. I've done it on 40s and 45s. It's super rough and techy on those tires. I've never tried it on 35s. Um, and then from there, it's a little like third mile uphill on gravel, and that's the end. We will not sprint out onto the road, so we will end right here at the gate. Okay, so if you got a group that's racing each other, sprinting to the finish, we'll sprint up to the gate right here and pull up before the road, and then nice and easy over to the elementary school. Okay, a couple quick clarifications on the rules. Um, the three off the front rule basically means that you cannot be alone off the front. So the least number of people you can have in a group at the front is three. Okay, this is specifically meant to make it kind of Fondo style. That I want people working together in groups. Right? It's not completely a race. You know, we want small groups working together, having fun together. So if you get a group of two off the front, something has gone wrong, and you have to drop back. Okay, same if somebody's solo off the front. Um, so three at the front, and then at the end, do have prizes, stuff from Flow Formula, Specialized tires, all sorts of stuff like that. So we'll do like top three prizes for men and women. Yeah. So I hope to see you all out there. Hit me up with any questions on Instagram, and yeah, see you soon.